Greetings to all the population of the earth. My name is Sandra Davis. I'm the mother, and I'm here for you to shorten your time of trouble and to show you the way out of the hard time that you are going through. This is a unique planetary event that has more than meets the eye, and at one level or another you all know that there is more to this than just the virus. It is a much deeper process that is very well managed in the sense that the entire divine realm is on your side, that you are helping each other. You have scientists and doctors and governments guiding you the best they can, and they do a great job. They are heroes, and you are not alone. Individually, collectively, as a country, as a planet, you are not alone. I personally am a defender of the planet and a defender of people. I'm very proud of you. You have to know that at the level where the real God governs, there's never been any acceptance of the enormity of hardships that you've been through. We don't have the time now to enter in such details because you have another priority, and I'm here to help you with your priority, with surviving the novel COVID-19 with a minimum of human, material, economical, social, divine, spiritual life losses. There's much more than meets the eye in this whole process. Your heart and soul, your subconscious knows much more than your conscious does. Now, of course, you have to stay grounded in the physical, biological, family, social reality. You are living in reality, which is very godly. You have to be able to meditate, but you have to be able to pray and yet be in reality. There is a place for mystical experiences, but for the most, you develop in reality. I'm very proud of you, of your goodness, of your courage, of your endurance. And please know that if we work together, you do your best, I do the rest. And you'll see how much shorter this whole situation will be and how much better prepared you'll be. Between what you learn from scientists, from doctors, from one another, and what you learn with me and from me, you will be perfectly in position to overcome with a minimum of losses possible. This is a tough situation. This is a serious situation. But you have in yourself and with one another what it takes to overcome it. My role is to help you. And as we get going, you'll realize how important that role is. But in that process of help, you have to think for yourself and to use all aspects of understanding and support that you can, in all clarity and in all simplicity, so that you could overcome again. If I just did my work and you didn't know that I'm on the planet, you'll overcome. But the losses will be so big. I had no choice, I had to step in. I kept quiet all of these years. I hardly discussed anything about behind the political scenes. Everything that you've been through had something major behind the scenes. This was a very special transition to a better time, with all the tensions and all the drama and all the issues that you had to address and all the choices that you had to make. It hasn't been easy. So many times I just wanted to jump in and to give you the answers. And then I could see that you're actually finding the answers. I said, okay, they got it, I don't have to step in. And now I do have to step in, because it's only so much that you were equipped scientifically to deal with what is happening right now. Science is godly, but scientists only know so much. It's useful, but they only know so much. Now, since you prayed and you are praying, and in your prayers you're asking for your safety, for the safety of your family members, for the safety of your country, for the safety of the future, for the safety of economy, all this precious, all that's important to you that you are praying about, it all has solutions. We just have to work together, because you'll have this time, you'll have to see beyond the obvious. Once you see it, it becomes obvious. But we'll have to work on this. I hope that you will be willing to work with me. I'm totally willing to work with you. COVID-19 is not a regular virus. The whole planet reacted to this and understood that this is a pandemic that has to be countered at the planetary level, because it is a planetary process. It is a totality of planetary events. What comes against us, we surpass by being together, by protecting each other, by helping each other, and by listening to those who are ready to help, and continuing to do our best. COVID-19 is an anti-time virus, is anti-time itself. There are variations of the virus because there are different time streams. And the variations are going after the different time streams. They cannot affect the main time, although the target of anti-time was really to attack the main time. That cannot be done. But the individual time and the small group time that has its own streams, its own specifics, is different in different individuals. Different people will have different power of their own time, of their own life. Life wouldn't be possible without power of time. Another name for power of time is vitality. Vitality sustains and generates more and more life. Keep your vitality well, you keep more and more life. Younger children and young people have a lot of vitality, except those who struggle with illnesses, depression. But generally speaking, younger people and children have a lot of vitality. As they advance, people get caught in what makes it more difficult for them, what makes their own processes being slower in relationship to the complexity of time. It is hard enough without anti-time when people are overwhelmed, when regeneration processes are not at the vitality level that they have to be at. A person that is born, others, should be able to live all the way until they fulfill their divine development between 900 years and 1200 years. One should be able to live continuously for 1200 years, not only keeping a pace of regeneration, never degenerating, increasing complexity, increasing capacity, increasing everything, flexibility, power, running up the hill, connecting with the universe. All of that should be increasing with time. There was not further than 10,000 years ago, 11,000 years ago to be more precise, people lived hundreds of years, and that's a reality. We've all been there, some remember, some don't. But that's a reality. Well, in a continuum of close or a bit over 1,000 years, people can develop a lot. And when that was halted, that was a great tragedy. Some things were not done right. Now longevity is increasing because we learn to do right. Already people at a certain age, 80 years, they can be in better shape than they were when they were 50 because of what they learned, what they practiced between 50 and 80. Longevity should increase complexity and beauty, and capacity should not force decay. What's failing there when decay starts to appear is vitality. Vitality leads to life, builds the power of life. If vitality is weak, for instance, a fairly frail 80 years old person has vitality 2. That would be the gradient, which is very low. So the cells do not regenerate with the same power, with the same pattern. There are functions that are lost to the fact that there is not enough power in the cell. Rebuild that and you just get back in shape and keep living. Because if you build your vitality, you build your life, and your life can keep you going. We all have to work on that. This is that time where we have to learn to live longer. And this anti-time attack against the lifetime catches the most frail. That's the secret of secret. That is the process or the cause that makes more victims amongst the vulnerable. There are ways to increase vitality, there are things to learn, things to do and not to do, and I will definitely post things about that, but the most important thing is to have a dialogue so I can answer your real questions and give you the real answers. Because there's a complexity. People are very different, there are fundamental processes, but within that fundamental process there are differences. So no two fingers are alike. Even twins have fundamental differences and so on. Now you will see that increasing vitality will give you what it takes to overcome the virus. The state of the virus will be discussed a little bit later. Scientists will notice that the virus changed. They will notice things that I'm not at the proper time to talk about. I could talk with the scientists first so they can confirm from their own experience, or they can look further for consistencies between what I say and what they notice. I do not want to make it more difficult for you to understand or to induce any illusion or any confusion. I'm here to help. So I'll do it in harmony and in consistency with the scientific world and with your world, with your love for life, or with your desire to live longer, to figure out if you can love life. And we'll have to take it on the different time streams. Your questions will come from wherever you are on your time stream. And we'll learn together which are the time streams that are most helpful in overcoming different conditions. The different time streams have different vulnerabilities and different powers. How the powers from all the time streams will teach you all to have a longer, better life, overcoming all viruses. Now, the viruses have been slightly different, groups of viruses slightly different on different life streams, on different time streams. This is what we need to talk about, and there are more things that can be easily understood when we start a dialogue. You'll see how that fits in your daily life, your concerns, your emotions, your feelings, your heart, your soul, your beliefs. You see how that can be mastered by you. You become master of your own life. It is not hard, you have it in yourself to do it. But this is a time when we finally have the possibility to connect and to learn and to discuss these things. It is your next level of evolution, your next stage in evolution. With sorrow for the lives that departed, and that will meet in other places, in other dimensions. or they will return to us. With sorrow for all the loss, but with much love for all of you, seeing how wonderful people are, how the worst of times bring out the best in people, because of how awesome people are, because of how good you are, how strong you are in the worst of times. You have my infinite devotion, my infinite love for you. Let's work together. I'll make your life longer, easier, better. Thank you for listening. My name is Sandra Davis. I am the mother.